Hello, my name is Evangelist Alex, and today I'm going to be doing a video for Nigeria's 2014 World Cup Super Eagles team. I just want to deliver a message. So I've said this for a long time that I always wanted to do a video for the Super Eagles, and the World Cup is at hand. There's only like about most probably 3 months to go. So like I said, this video I'm doing it for the Nigerian fans all over the world. I'm doing it for the Super Eagles, and I know all over the world they know me as Evangelist Alex, but I'm a Super Eagles fan as well. So sit back and enjoy this video if you can. Alright, let me kick it off like this. Arise, O compatriots, Nigeria's call obey, to serve our father's land with love and strength and faith. The heroes of our labors past shall never be in vain. To serve with heart and might, one nation bound in freedom, peace and unity. Yes, Eagles, Super Eagles, Evangelist Alex. Yeah, let me just do a little demonstration here, because I grew up playing football, but I had a lot of injuries over the years. I had a lot of letters written to me. People are still writing to me from all over the world, football teams, ex-teammates, and they say, Evangelist Alex, what happened? Did you play for the Eagles? But I didn't play for the Eagles. That call never came. But I wish I could still play football, but I can't play football anymore, and that's what prompted me or motivated me to try and do this video. So I'm going to try and do a little demonstration. I don't know if I can still play football, because after my accidents and after my knee operations, I haven't even kicked a football in about 10 years. But I'm going to try and do a little demonstration. Evangelist Alice, don't let yourself down. The cameras are on you. Okay, here we go. Come on. No, come on. Okay, let's go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Get in there. No, I couldn't do it. Oh, let me just try one more time and then damn. Whoa. Okay, whatever it is, come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, that was my little demonstration here. But thank you, and I hope you enjoyed that. Okay, let me take you into the show. Right. The Super Eagles, how can I say this? Yeah, the Super Eagles were in the World Cup, and I'm grateful with millions of fans around the world that we made it to the World Cup. But I just want to say that the Super Eagles has always been a great team, and if you look at their team in 1994, when the Dutchman Clemens Westerhof was their manager, Nigeria apparently became the African nations champions. That means they won the African Nations Cup for the second time in 1994. And I just want to say that one of the major reasons why Nigeria won that African Nations Cup and qualified for the World Cup in USA in 1994 is because the coach, Clemens Westerhof, who had foreign expertise. He let the Super Eagles express themselves individually. Yeah, he let them play with expertise. You know, the players played with freedom. You can see the joy in the players. And you know, that's something that Nigeria, as a football team, we haven't had for a long time, you know. It's like we're too cautious these days. It's like we're too manufactured. You know, so I'm just saying that it will be nice for this current Nigerian team, for the manager to let them play with freedom. That's the point I'm trying to make. Okay, another thing I'm trying to look at here is, because this World Cup is taking place, the actual venue, the host of the World Cup here is Brazil. So it's called Brazil 2014. And I'm saying here that Nigeria, they should take heart. They should be confident about going into this tournament in Brazil, because Nigeria is a hot country. It's an African nation. It's a tropical country. And the weather in Brazil, obviously it's going to be in the summer, which is in 2 months' time. It's going to suit the Nigerians. It is going to suit the Nigerians. And this time around, the expectations are really high, so we can't use the weather as an excuse. We can't say, oh, it's too cold, so we didn't perform. No, 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 no. The weather is going to suit every African nation that's coming there. And Nigeria is one of those nations. So the weather is going to be an advantage. Even if the weather is even at its hottest, even if the weather is even at its hottest, it's going to be of a good advantage here to the Nigerians. You know, let's look at history. Let's go back in time. If you look at Nigeria as a nation, we take pride in whatever level of international football. Even club football, at a club level, we take it seriously. Iwanyang, Rangers, BCC Lions, Leventis, stationery stores, IICC, El Kanemi, Ranchers Bees, Calabar Rovers, New Nigerian Band, you name it here. These are clubs that have got a lot of pedigree and dignity. So Nigeria, whatever level of football we find ourselves playing, we want to express ourselves and we want to put on a good show for the fans as well. In 1985, Nigeria, I don't even know why I'm going back to 1985, but I'm going back there for a reason anyway. In 1985, the Kodak World Cup was hosted by China. And Nigeria was the first ever African nation to win the under-16 World Cup tournament. That is a big achievement. I remember that tournament vividly. We had players like what's that guy's name? Ndoko Wade. That's the one I can remember. Who else played in that? Well, I can remember Ndoko Wade was the captain. Can't remember too many players. Ndoko Wade, yeah, was the left back. Yeah, and they went and they won it. That World Cup, Africa as a nation, because no other nation has ever done that before Nigeria did it. So Nigeria as a football nation, we've always set examples. Yeah, and like I'm saying, in the 1985 Kodak World Cup, we brought the cup home. And as at that time, the capital of Nigeria was Lagos, and you know, yeah, it was like global honors. It was global honors, you know. So yeah, Nigeria, we're always going to be up there, you know. Sometimes, you know, in life here, it's like it fluctuates. It's like the world economy fluctuates. It goes up and down. But you know, with the Super Eagles, we wouldn't just be at a certain level and steady at that level. We wouldn't remain on a high level, because the Super Eagles, we've got a big name around the world. If we go back a bit more, not even a bit more, if we go back to the year 1995, Nigeria, that name came up again. The Super Eagles came up again. Because at that time, Nigeria was only new on the world stage. Don't get me wrong, they've been the African champions for a long time, but by 1994, 95, Nigeria, they done well in 1994 World Cup, but by 95, it's like they were still introducing themselves on the world stage. And Nigeria, they won the Olympics in Atlanta, 95. Yeah, we took gold. We created history there. No other African nation did it before Nigeria. I know a couple of years later, Cameroon went on to go and win the Olympics, but Nigeria got there first, you know. So these are like great achievements, and I hope this current Super Eagles squad, they are taking, what's it called again? They are taking examples, and they're learning lessons here from those old players that created history. Okay, let me look at this current Nigerian team. You know, I'm only a fan, but at the same time, yeah, I see one or two parts of the team that needs work, you know, so I just feel like I might as well highlight this. You know, Nigeria, it's like you got a good team, but at the same time, the defense is a bit, this defense needs work in certain positions. You know, Nigeria, the defense needs work in certain positions, because I've watched Nigeria in friendlies, and I've watched Nigeria on TV recently. They're a good side, but they're not yet a great side. I'm not saying that they can't prove themselves to be a great side in this World Cup, because I know they will do well. But I'm just saying that they just need to tweak one or two things in that defense. I'm not here to like highlight positions or whatever, but yeah, it's just like that. I see the defense, because you know, these football teams like the Europeans, the South Americans, most of them, they attack, you know, and if there's any hiccup in your defense here, before you know it, the ball's in the back of your neck. So a lot of work's got to be done on that defense. Yeah, the rest of the team, like the midfield and the attacking positions, they're really good, but my mind is just with the defense. I feel like Nigeria as well, you need a left-sided player, like a winger. If you look at most of the great teams, that the great international teams or the great clubs in world history, they've always had left-sided players. And as a matter of fact, Nigeria, you used to have great left-sided players. Yes, you did. But anyway, it's just the defense that needs work, and the left-sided part of the team, it needs a bit of work as well. I don't even know if that was, no, that wasn't this year. I think it was last year, summer, when they played the Confederations Cup. Nigeria got to the Confederations Cup, the tournament, which took place in Brazil. And I was just like any other fan around the world. I was like tuned in, and I was wishing Nigeria well. I was supporting, I was looking at certain areas. And the Confederations Cup, man, I think Nigeria played well, but at the same time, we didn't have like a top striker. In world football today, you don't need to be the most skillful or a good passer of the ball as a striker. No, you just got to score the goals. How did Michael Owen of Liverpool Stoke, Newcastle, Real Madrid. How did Michael Owen make a big name for himself? Michael Owen is all about goals. It's goals galore. His goals crazy. So Nigeria, and you know, you got to understand that in football, yeah, I'm talking to Nigeria, the Super Eagles, you got to understand that in football, if you don't score goals, you don't win games. So football's like, football has got a business side as well. It's not about playing well and keeping possession. No, that's not enough. You got to score the goals. Van Nistelrooy, he made a big name for himself. He scores goals. The Brazilian Ronaldo, he scores goals. So in the Confederations Cup, you know, Nigeria, you had a lot of possession. You created 1 or 2 chances. Well, I mean, he didn't score the goals. Who knows, if he scored the goals, he could have gone further. You know, so you got to take this thing seriously. You know, in European football, in English football, in the Premiership, you know, the big names are the ones that score the goals. They don't have the skill. They don't have too much skill. They're not dribblers. They're poachers. That's the word. With Nigeria, we need the fox in the box. We need the Klinsman. And Ian Rush. I'm talking about these kind of strikers. Yes, like when the ball's in the box, it don't matter. They cross the ball could even be behind you, and the striker could even dive backwards and still get his head to the ball, you know, and still score it. We need some strikers like that. You know, I mean, I'm coming out with this because I'm concerned, innit? So Stephen Keshi, you know, we need strikers. Good strikers, as a matter of fact. So what I'm trying to say as well here is, once Nigeria get the attacking options right, because now once they get the defense right and they get top strikers, I know you've got loads of top strikers, so you've got to choose the right ones. Once they get the structure of the team right and they're scoring goals, mark my words, this is Sir Evangelist Alex here, Nigeria, just like you was the first team to win the Under-16s World Cup in China, and he was the first African team to win the Olympics in Atlanta 95, Nigeria will be the first African team to win the World Cup. Don't doubt me. Don't doubt me. Say amen to that. Say amen to that. If you believe in yourself, you don't have to duck anybody. If you believe in yourself, you should be confident. If you believe in yourself, you shouldn't be saying, oh, the next game's against Brazil, you know, man, the next game's against Brazil, or the next game's against Spain. No, you bring it on. For Mike Tyson to become the heavyweight champion of the world, he had to fight the best. So to be the best means being better than the rest. And I sincerely believe that the time for the Super is here right now. I want to look at, you know, basically, these crop of players that Nigeria's got now, because I know they're young players, and they're still gaining. I mean, some of them got experience in the Premiership, but a lot of them haven't really played that long. And I know that they're good players, but experience matters as well. So I'm just saying that these players right now here, they should go back into their archives and look into history, and they should understand that for those old Nigerian players here to achieve their status and their big names here, they had to work hard. And I'm going to mention some Nigerian big names. I want to mention some Nigerian big names which will make these current Nigerian footballers even more hungry for success. So when you mention Nigeria now, you're mentioning players like Olise. Yeah, I know Olise played for Reggiana, and I know he played in Germany, and obviously he was the captain of the Super Eagles. He achieved. Olise achieved. Kano, he achieved. Ajax, Inter Milan, Arsenal, what's the next thing? West Brom, Portsmouth. Big name, he achieved. JJ Okocha. Was it what's that team in Germany? I think it's Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt he played for, and then he played for Fenerbahce, and then he played for Paris Saint-Germain, and then he played for Bolton, and then probably he went to go and play in I don't know, maybe Dubai or United Arab Emirates. But he's another big name. Nigeria's got big name players. Big name players. Daniel Amokachi. He played for Ranchers Bees in the 1980s in Nigeria. He played for, I think he played for a team in Belgium. I don't want to make a mistake here, you know, but don't quote me on this. Daniel Amokachi, is it probably Lokeren or Anderlecht? I need to look that up. But he played in Belgium. And then he played for Everton. I think Daniel Amokachi won the FA Cup under a manager called Joe Royal. He had a twin partnership. They were strike force together, him and Duncan Ferguson. And Daniel Amokachi obviously played for the Super Eagles. He won a lot of things. You know, so these are big Nigerian players. Emmanuel Amunike, he played for Barcelona. I think he played for, what team did he play for? Is it, don't quote me on this, but I know he played in Portugal. Sporting Lisbon, probably. I don't know. Michael Emenalo, I think Michael Emenalo is, that's another big Super Eagles player. There's not too many better defenders than Michael Emenalo that come out of Nigeria. Michael Emenalo played for, I think he played for Iwanyao National, I think he played for Rangers. I think Michael Emenalo played in Belgium. He played for the Super Eagles. That's a big name right there. You know? When I look at Rio Ferdinand, the way Rio Ferdinand plays, he plays with freedom, he's a defender, but he don't go in too strong. He wins the ball cleanly. Michael Emenalo is one of the pioneers of that style. So that's another big name. There you go. Why Stephen Keshi, the coach of Nigeria twice? Stephen Keshi. I think he played for New Nigerian Bank. I think he played for Anderlecht. I think Stephen Keshi played in the Ivory Coast somehow, but I don't know the name of the team. But you know, Stephen Keshi is probably the biggest Nigerian footballer ever. Forget about the money and the popularity on the ball and to play with your heart. I mean, those players, they're going to be sitting in the sitting room with Stephen Keshi. You have to listen to what he's saying, because Stephen Keshi is Nigeria's best ever player, in my eyes. I've seen Stephen Keshi play in the African Nations Cup in the 80s. A born leader. So you can't prove anything to Stephen Keshi. All you have to do is listen to him. He's the coach, so he knows the game in and out. So don't come there thinking, oh, I'm from London, I'm from Belgium, this man can't tell me nothing. No, listen to Stephen Keshi. I said the Evangelist Alex, Stephen Keshi is Nigeria's best ever player. Trust me on that. Played in midfield and he played centre back. What a player. And I'm happy that Stephen Keshi is Nigeria's manager. The names don't even come bigger than the great Henry Mosu. Henry Mosu is probably about 5'6" tall. He played for New Nigerian Bank in the 80s, yeah. Go to every country in Nigeria, they know Henry Mosu, a great footballer. So what I'm trying to say is, these current Nigerian footballers that are going to the World Cup in Brazil in 2014, yeah, don't be too proud. Don't be thinking, yeah, I'm playing for the Super Eagles or what. No, it's not about you, it's about the nation. The pride should be for the nation. You know, so Henry Mosu was another big name. You know, you got the great Precious Monye. You know, Monye played for Abanepa. Then Monye went on to go and play for Enyimba. He played on the 16s Nigeria. I think he played on the 20s. I think he played for a team in Italy. You know, he played at every level for Nigeria. A great player as well. Precious Monye. Then you got players like Finidi George. He played for Ajax too. You know, he played so many caps for Nigeria. You got the late Rashidi Yekini, a man that scored goals for fun. Yekini was even the highest goal scorer in Portugal in some season in the 90s. So these are big name Nigerian players. You got the great Philip Osondu, Zanza. What you want to tell me? How would Zanza play? You know? He played for under 16s Nigeria. I think he played for the Super Eagles. These are top names. You got Ademola Adeshina. You got Peter Rufai, big name goalkeeper. You got Okechukwu Uche. You know, the names just, you know, I can go on and on and on. But I'd rather stop there. So it's not about personal pride. When you're playing for Nigeria, you're playing for the nation because you had the opportunity. I wanted to play for Nigeria. But the call never came. But if the call came, I would have done my best. So now you're in that position. You don't give up. You got to play to the best of your abilities. That's what I'm trying to let you see. You know? But what I like about this current Super Eagles team though, is that they're not full of individuals. Because sometimes when you've got too many superstars in the same team, it can cause friction. Pride comes into it. I'm not going to pass to him. He wants to take all the glory. I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to dribble 5 men. I don't care about him. And the other guy's going to say, I don't care about him. I'm the best player here. And when you're like that, when you're bringing that kind of malice, I'm a superstar, he's a superstar, the fans love me more than him. The team's not moving forward. You got to play for one another. They say, united we stand. So this current team, I mean, don't get me wrong, this current Super Eagles team, I appreciate what Stephen Keshi has put together because there are a bunch of individuals that work hard for each other. There's no superstar name in there, you know, and to prove my point, the most recent African Nations Cup, Nigeria won it. So we are the current African champions. You know, so think about it as well, yeah. In USA 94, wow, that's when Nigeria arrived. That's when the eagle itself, yeah, really landed in 1994. You had players like Chidi Wanu, you had players like Emekes Hugo, you had players like Benny Roja, you had players like the late Ucho Kafo, you know, Victor Igbeba, a lot of players, man. They got to the quarterfinals. And you know what, to be honest with you, Nigeria should have won that World Cup. Nigeria should have won that World Cup. Because at the end of the day, Italy beat us in the dying minutes from a penalty, by a penalty from Roberto Baggio. Why did they have to take a Nigerian error in the dying minute? We dominated the game. You know, let me tell you something here. That game, Nigeria versus Italy in USA 94 year, that has become one of the biggest parts of Italian history. I see Paolo Maldini talk about that game. I see the great Franco Baresi talk about that game. I see Ancelotti talk about that game. Schilacci. They say, oh man, when we met these Africans, these are the African kings. It's become part of their history. Even Italian kids, when they're growing up from the age of 9, they start teaching them. They say to them, yeah, when we played against these Africans, Nigerians, we suffered. You know, like the European gladiators, that's part of their history. Well, the Super Eagles, that match here, what word can I use to define that match? It was an epic. The Italians had Zola, they had Mancini, but they knew they knew they were lucky to win that game. They knew they shouldn't have won that game. And that's what I'm saying. This current Nigerian team, please don't go in there thinking that it doesn't matter, because it matters. The nation, we put our hopes in you. You know what I mean? So you're not going to come there and say, okay, we just got past the group stages and we got beaten, so we're coming home. No. Please, man, you don't do that. You know, it's a serious thing. You know, so those people that went to the 1994 World Cup and they got to the quarterfinals, they wanted to win it. It's because Westerhoff embedded a certain mentality inside their heads. They couldn't lose. And you know, there's nothing wrong in losing because you can't win all the time. I'm talking to the Super Eagles, this current Super Eagles. There's nothing wrong in losing. But what hurts the most is how you lose. It's like you're a boxer and the expectation is high. There's 50,000 people ringside. And you just go into the ring, round one, they hit the bell, gling, 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 gling. And you and the man's like this, you and the man's like that. The man just hit you once and you just lie down on the floor there. Yo, boss, I want my ticket money back, you know. You know what, yeah? I wait for you here to finish sleeping. I wait for you to recover. Just one punch and you're on the floor. No. And I'll be saying to you, boss, when you finish, I want my ticket money back. I'll be saying, Ajilu, I want my ticket money back. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say, this current Nigerian Super Eagles, yeah, I know you will put on a show, you know, and the football's got different sides to it, you know. It's got the perseverance side, it's got the pride side, it's got the skill side, it's got so many, it's got the physical side, you know. Have faith. Go in there with faith, man. At the end of the day, what do you think I'm wearing? Green, white, green, and I'm singing, and I'm like this, arise, oh, come back. There's a reason for this. You think I've got time to waste? Listen, yeah, I could have been preaching somewhere in, what's that country called? I could have been preaching in Indonesia. But I took time off today. Yeah, because of my love for the Eagles. Yeah, because I took time off today because of my love for the Eagles, you know. And I'm like, okay, you know what, yeah. Let me just come and deliver this, yeah. I wish I was Nigeria's coach. But don't get me wrong, Stephen Keshi's a good man and he's the right man. But I wish Nigeria could like give me a chance. I'll give a massive team talk. I said, don't play with, I get personal with people. You know, because you think about it, if you go in there and you put in a bad performance as a player, they're not gonna criticize, they might not criticize you as a player. Stephen Keshi takes all the blame. So you're not playing for yourself, you're playing for the coach and the country. That's what I'm trying to let you see. That's exactly what I'm trying to let you see. I'll say it again, I said this thing before, yeah. It's like when Stephen Keshi, the manager himself, yeah, you know, when he's giving a team talk and he's saying, okay, you know what, yeah, you go, yeah, and you go and you come back. You come back and you go. You overlap and you chain cover. He said hit the ball diagonally. He said shoot first time. Listen to the man. You're not better than Stephen Keshi. I don't care what your name is. Listen to him. You don't go in there and you're thinking, yeah, this is my time. I'm going to show. No. Listen to what the coach wants. That's what team talk is. Listen to what he says. Maintain your position. That's why he's the coach. That's why Stephen Keshi is one of the biggest names in world football. You think you know more than the coach? He could have picked someone else, but he picked you for a reason, innit? So don't let him down. He never let you down. He picked you, so you don't let him down as well.